Okay, so in this lesson, I'm assuming that you're doing pretty good with the chords, with picking them and making them sound nice and clear. Any new ones that you're ready to add in? Since you're now going to be working on strumming back and forth between them, what you can do is a separate exercise. You can take maybe that chord of the day and then switch between that exercise, that chord, and then the new chord that you're messing around with. I'll talk about this a little bit, next. So that's about what we're going to do in here. That's basically the summary. We're going to take it to the next level by actually strumming all these different chords and adding in new ones, and then finally later on, we're going to stick a drum beat on and play with that. So here we go. Let's get to it. So let's say that so far you have an A minor, an A major, and so far no sevenths. You just learned all majors and minors, let's say. So here's E major, E minor, and I should do this in order. So the A major, A minor. Let's say you didn't learn the B7 yet, and let's say the C you learned, and then D, D minor you learned, E, E minor. You didn't learn any of the Fs, but you learned the G. So say that's everything that you learned so far. So now let's talk about the exercise. So our chord of the day today is C. So you're going to want to play the C and then go from chord to chord in alphabetical order. So I'm going to go C, and then I'm going to the A minor, say, C, A major, now C. Now we're going to assume that, say, you didn't get the B seventh down yet. So now what would be after that? C. But we're on C, so we're not going to worry about that. So the next thing we need to go to is actually D. So A minor, C, A minor, C, A major, C. Now we're going to go to D. So C and D, C, D minor, and C, E minor, C, E major. We're working on an F, so I'm going to skip that. C and G. Simply go through it. Oh, and then go back to C again. You want to end off on your bass chord for the day. So so there you go. You went through all the chords you have memorized in order. And if you have any problems with any of those and those are not sounding clear, then you can go back and work on those, maybe the C to that chord, picking each note. Again, you want to make sure that these chords are sounding out nice and clean and clear. Okay, so then the next day what you do is just simply pick another chord as your home base. So let's say E. Now we're going to go through the rest of the chords again. Before we move on, note that when I'm going through my alphabet, my musical alphabet of chords, I'm not coming back and doing an E minor here, because the reason that is because in a song, you're really not going to ever see an E and then an E minor right after it. You just don't really mix those. Of course, there's going to always be some kind of exception to the rule, but 99.9 times you're never going to see an E or E minor or any of those. An A and A minor, D, D minor. You're never going to see those right next to each other. So, yep. So let's move on to our exercise here. So we're going to do our E. Then we start with A. So A major, back to E, A minor, back to E. So we don't know B yet. We're going to go C, back to E, D, E, D minor, E. We're going to skip E, go to F, but we're still working on F, so we're not going to do F. So it's basically E, G, and E. So let's say now what you want to do is, so you're struggling with that F, so you're going to need some more work with that. And that means that you're not going to want to bring this into the mix because it's just going to slow everything else down. You want to get this F going pretty good first. So what I'd say is go through your whole routine, which we're going to go through in a second, and then you can take breaks while you're working on this and do this exercise, but you can also wait till the end too when you're done doing your strumming part of the exercise. But anyways, so say it's F, and we'll say C. C is the chord of the day that we picked. So now you went through your whole strumming exercise. Now I want to go and get practice with my F. So what you can do is, if you already have this down already, the C, nice and clear, without any muffles or anything, then you don't have to pick that. You can go ahead and strum it. And then you can go over and make your F, and then start going through that. Oh, that's muffled. Oh, I gotta lay down my index finger down a little bit more to make sure that high E, the note in the high E, which is an F note, is playing out nice and clean. And then you just go back. And then if you feel like it and you want to pick these, by all means, go ahead. So let's say with C. Sounds good. Then my F. Oh, there we go again. That's not sound good. Lay that index finger down a little bit more. Give a little strum. Back your C. Then go ahead. Oh, a little better, a little buzz, but sound pretty good. And that's all you're going to do. You're just going to go back and forth between those two, do a little bit of practicing. So this can start to get annoying if you do it for too long. And that's why I suggest maybe you do some of your strumming exercise, going through all your different chords you got memorized, and then maybe to break it up, you'll focus on, say, your whatever chord you're using as the chord of the day. Today it's C. And then you're going to go back to F. You're going to practice C to F, C to F, or whatever chord is the chord of the day to F. Then go back to strumming, and then back to this exercise. Keep rotating back and forth, back and forth. And it's a good way to break up your practice routine and break up the monotony. So there it is. That's for any new chords that you're learning. You want to do that separately than this exercise. Okay, so that's all you're going to do. You're going to go through those different chords and just try to get it as even as possible. Even start trying to tap your foot along with it if you can. And also try to count to 4. That's what we're going to work on in the next lesson. But just try to go through them as evenly as possible. But the main goal here now is just be able to work on playing them, and then, it's kind of memorization is a lot of it. Play them and then remember what chords that you can, go to, and then come back. And it's kind of going through the motions. But again, go ahead and try to make it as evenly as possible. And also, go ahead and practice your chord of the day, which in this case is going to be an E major, and practice your new chords you're working on. So if it's F, you're You know, again, you can strum the F, I mean the E, and you go to F, and you want to still pick that until every time you play it, you're able to pick every note cleanly. Then you can go ahead and just start strumming. F. And then once you're pretty good with that, then you can start to mix it in with all the rest. So, yep, so that's about it for this lesson. Work on that, and if you have any problems at all, just let me know.